welcome back. It is now 4 p.m. This is the penultimate time segment of day 1. There's one more after this. And we just left the train station with its completely illogical train schedule, and my tooltips are working again. So now I can actually see what all of these places are called without having to rely on my memory. And it looks like somebody is running around, or driving around again. I wonder who that could be. There's also some places we have not yet visited, including Rennes-le-Château and Larry Chester's house and L'Homme Mort. Let's go there first. And there is a bike here, in fact, so somebody is here.
The beat-to-crap moped. I wonder who got stuck with it.
You get one guess. I think it's fairly obvious, even if you haven't played the game.
I wonder who's here.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
The sign says, L'Homme Mort.
Dead man. Dead man walking? Or is it just a dead man? This is adjacent to Soord, where Madeline was. But we know it's not Madeline who's here, because she's using the van, not any bike. And indeed, the owner of, or at least renter of the beaten down moped is Mosley, who it seems is playing around with a device similar to the one that Madeline was using. That's weird. Are they standard issue or what?
Mosley? What the hell is he doing out here?
And like Madeline, he puts it away as soon as we approach.
Oh, hi, Gabe.
It's Gabriel, you flatfoot. What are you doing here?
Me? Oh, just looking around.
I thought you said you were busy this afternoon.
I am busy. I'm busy looking around. And if I'd wanted my mother along, I would have invited her, Knight.
Okay, all right. Forget I mentioned it.
Okay, well, that's not very helpful.
So, why are you looking around here?
I saw the sign and it looked interesting, okay? The dead man. Now, doesn't that sound like something I'd find interesting?
How do you know L'Homme Mort meant the dead man? Your French is worse than mine.
I saw it in a guidebook. Look, why don't you go catch some kidnappers, will you?
I'm gone.
Get the feeling Mosley does not appreciate being interrupted by us. And it seems we can question him about the moped.
I saw your moped in the parking lot. Nice bike.
You know, go to hell. Somebody in the group screwed up, or the moped guy screwed up, I don't know. Anyway, he had me checked off his list. Can you believe it? I was lucky to get anything. I'm gonna have a word with Madeline about it.
Oh, you should. Really. You shouldn't have to put up with that.
Tell me about it. So, what are you driving?
Oh, one of the bigger bikes. It's a little rough.
Yeah, goddamn small towns.
Poor Mosley. He shouldn't have to put up with this kind of crap from someone who's supposedly his friend.
I could swear he's up to something. I just don't know what.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping to find out, isn't it? I cannot look at the back. Other than that, it does not look like there's anything here, so... What was Mosley looking for? I do not know. Of course, now that we know it is Mosley who is using this bike, we should make a note of the license number.
I'm glad I didn't end up with that bike. I'd have to hurt somebody. Look at it this way. Mosley's a lot better suited to that bike than I am.
Yeah, you try justifying that any way you want.
ASD 257K.
Okay, unlike with the other bike, it does not remark that we should note it down, but let's do so anyway. Although this bike is pretty easy to recognize, even without the plate number, so... why even bother? It's actually a little bit faster to do this, because you don't have to watch the animation where Gabriel mounts his bike. Let's see who's driving around, which we can do from Chateau. Oh, and there's two other people here, it appears.
That's Wilkes' moped. Wilkes is here doing something with that machine of his. Probably some high-tech version of a water dowser, and probably useless.
Yep, I can hear it from here. I wonder whose bike that is. Oh. For some reason that didn't work, but we now see who is moving around here. And it appears to be Lady Howard and Estelle. Now, they're not actually going anywhere. And if I try to follow them, every time I do that, the game hangs. You will make a full circuit, come back here, and then... well, it doesn't actually hang exactly, but it returns you here, but does not respond to the mouse anymore. Since following them does not give you any points or anything, and does not reveal any new locations either, I'm simply not going to do it. But do make note that Lady Howard and Estelle are using the blue moped with sidecar.
I think that's one of the mopeds from the rental shop at Rennes-le-Château.
Wow, they made that around quickly. And of course, Estelle is driving while Lady Howard sits and does nothing.
I wonder who's here.
Well, Wilkes is here, for one thing. That sounds like it's coming from the Black Rock. So, I wonder if the other person is with Wilkes or elsewhere. Actually, you sort of see the White Rock from here, I think.
It's a large white rock.
Which is where Blanchefort is, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's see if we can find what Wilkes is doing here. Well, presumably the same thing he was doing at L'Hermitage. Yep. Maybe there's any sandworms in this area.
Wilkes says it's a seismic surveying machine. I still don't know what the hell it does.
Well, I don't think you ever will.
Wilkes' computer.
That's the same message as before. Let's talk to Wilkes. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Getting interrupted again by us. One of the topics actually is sandworm.
Having better luck with sandworms here?
Go to hell, Knight. When I find that treasure, you're going to be laughing out of the other side of your face.
If you find the treasure, I'll laugh out of any orifice you desire.
I'll remember that.
Okay, he seems confident, but anyway.
So, is there something special about this place?
Rock Negra. It's just a local landmark. It means black rock.
I kind of figured out that part.
There's a white rock around here, too.
Are the names supposed to mean something?
Yeah, they mean black and white. Now stop bothering me. Go find Madeline if you want a bleeding tour.
He was about as pleased to see us as I was expecting.
It's Wilkes, the Australian. I don't have anything else to say to him.
But whoever owns that second bike is not here. So that means that person is probably up at Chateau de Blanche 4, unless of course they went to Mount Cardew. In which case we can't go there because Gabriel is unwilling to go up that path. Oh, and by the sound of it, Lady Howard and Estelle were coming around again. And it seems the owner of the mystery bike is Emilio Baza.
Wonder what Emilio's doing here.
Maybe we can find out.
Good afternoon, Mr. Knight.
Back at ya. You look comfortable.
Ah, yes, I'm enjoying the sun immensely, thank you.
Just enjoying the weather, it seems.
I don't want to bug him.
Oh well, sitting in the sun here is one of the least suspicious things he's done so far, so... while we're here, we might as well try and use the binoculars, see if there's anything to see this time. That's not what I meant to do. This is. Let's see. I don't think there's anyone at the Orange Rock at this point. No. Hey! That's Cumsord, and it looks like Mosley and Madeline.
Well, well. Looks like those two are having a conflict of interest. Very curious.
They seem to be looking for the same thing at roughly the same place. So, with all the interesting theories going around, it looks like Mosley and Madeline might have the same one. Whatever the hell it is. Very peculiar. Is there anybody in town? Nope. The top of Tour Magdala is empty. If you're wondering if there's anything interesting to be seen from Tour Magdala, if you're there, I think the only place you can really look at is this place. Though I am not 100% sure of that. Nothing else we need to do here at the moment. Except, of course, we should make a note of Emilio's license plate. Now that we know this is his bike.
Emilio's driving that moped. He doesn't seem to be doing anything suspicious.
For a change.
HLK 841J. That's Emilio's bike.
Indeed. Let's write that down. There we go, for 164 points. And they're still moving around. Nothing we can do with that. Let's see, there is something I want to do in town at the moment, actually. Can we talk to him again?
I think I better avoid him for a while. He can't be that stupid.
Probably a good idea. I'm actually kind of curious if you can see Emilio from the top of Tour Magdala. If we can look at the chateau from there. I do not remember at all if that's the case, so this may be an entirely colossal waste of time. But I would like to try anyway. I'm fairly sure we can at least use the binoculars. There's Mount Cardew.
That's Mount Cardew over there. It's near Larry's house.
Okay, that's interesting to know as well, I guess. Let's see what we can see from this side. Kind of always a question of where exactly can I look and zoom in on stuff, if anywhere. Yep, there's Emilio, but he is just sitting there, so that does not really tell us anything. There doesn't appear to be anything else going on here. Nice to know that you can see him at least, and I think that's the only place you can look at from here. Can't see Wilkes or anything. Doesn't look like it. Oh well. At least I proved you can see Emilio. That is not why I came to town, however. I had an entirely different reason for doing that. And this is one of those things that I guess you simply need to know about. Or find out by accident as you're wandering around. There's something going on in the cemetery. Or to be more precise, in the office of the Abbé. And we can listen in on that. It seems like Madeline is here.
Oh, but you are too modest, Monsieur l'Abbé. You have been studying the area for years, have you not?
My dear, I'm a man of very simple interests.
That may be, but Rennes-le-Château is one of them. You have stepped into his shoes, monsieur. You must sense a little, perhaps, of Sonnier's secrets.
Don't I wish, pretty child? Don't I wish?
Tell me, have you been plagued with many treasure seekers lately? In the valley, perhaps? You would notice such a thing. A keen man like you.
Ah, yes. There are things afoot, mademoiselle.
How you make my heart beat. You have perhaps seen diggers? In some particular location?
There are always diggers, but those who desire true illumination must look deeper than the soil.
Oh, I agree. But you are being coy with me. I wish to know how many come seeking and how they impress you. Will you not tell me?
My dear, I will tell you anything you like, but perhaps we would be more comfortable in my little house. Come.
Yikes. Maybe I should learn something about the treasure.
You're only saying that because you want to get in with Madeline, aren't you? Looks like Madeline was using her feminine wiles to get some info from the Abbey, and it appeared to be working. I have to wonder, though, what she's interested in. I mean, it sounds like she's more interested in who's digging for the treasure rather than the treasure itself. Unless she's hoping to find it in a place where somebody else was digging or something. Which sounds unlikely. Sounds to me like she may have an ulterior motive, but who knows. We'll just have to wait to see if we can find out more about that. I think if you went to Larry Chester's house in the previous time periods, then you would not be able to see this, because going back to town would then trigger the end of this time period. Which is why I have not yet gone to Larry Chester. Which also means that it's quite likely that you'll miss this conversation, at least on your first playthrough. But you would know you were missing something by missing points. Okay, now we can go to Larry Chester's house. And talk to him, as the Abbé suggested. This appears to be his house. He lives kind of in the middle of nowhere. All by himself. I guess he likes isolation or something. And there is a well. Maybe it has a dragon underneath it, guarding a magic mirror.
Kind of big for a garden ornament. No, really. There's nothing down there but water.
Okay, well, I didn't really want to go down there anyway.
This must be the place the Abbé told me about.
It is kind of hard to miss. I will see if we can talk to Larry Chester in the next video.